Story 1. Sometimes daily, sometimes every 3 or 4 days. This is gross. My wife has stage 4 cancer and is bedridden most days. I have a 6-year-old, 3-year-old, and 2-month-old. I also have work, so whenever I remember and find time. Mostly, it's when the 2-month-old needs a bath. Generally, I do a spit bath every 2 days using baby wipes. Story 2. 3 times a week. Daily in the summer, since my job is a gardener, and that's sweaty, messy work. But I won't wash my hair every day. Hair washing is 2 to 3 times a week, depending on how oily it's looking. I usually shower in the evening before bed. But on summer days, I hop in as soon as I get home. It's also just super refreshing to have a cool shower after working in a heat wave. My job also includes me waking up at 5:30 a.m., so there is no chance I am waking up any earlier to shower. Especially if I have to wash my hair. What a waste of precious sleep time. In the winter, my skin is so dry that if I showered daily, I fear my skin would be an itchy mess. All the fancy soap and lotion in the world couldn't save it. Where I live, it's super humid once it's warm outside, so I feel like my body has adapted to that. Hence why I can get away with it in the summer. Story 3. I wish I did every day. I used to, but since I started working from home, in combination with my anxiety and depression getting worse, I've gotten so bad about it. Now I shower maybe twice a week. Story 4. When I have a reason to, usually every day after work during the week. Weekends vary based on activities. If I'm home all day relaxing, I usually won't shower until the following day, but if I've done work around the house or if I've gone out, I'll have a shower afterward. Basically, I don't like going to bed feeling dirty. Story 5. I use an algorithm. If I did nothing at all, every third day gets a shower, no shower, no shower, shower. If I exercised, I shower immediately after and reset the 3-day counter. If I think I may have sex, I shower before and again after, and reset the 3-day counter. If I do anything else that makes me sweat or otherwise feel gross, I shower afterwards and reset the 3-day counter. If there's a big fancy event, I shower before and reset the 3-day counter. The number of times I actually wait for the 3-day counter to expire before showering is super low. Maybe 5 times a year. There's almost always something coming up. Story 6. One time in elementary school, we had some questionnaire thing for a group to get to know each other, and one of the questions was, how often do you shower? I said never because at that age I took baths, and the group all called me gross for never showering. When I tried to explain the bath thing, they wouldn't listen. Story 7. I used to shower only a few times a week. Eventually, my wife said she would be more likely to want sex if I shaved and showered every night before bed. So I started doing that. Well, that didn't pan out. But now I can't go to bed with stubble and without a shower. Plus, I've discovered that it's great me time. Story 8. I feel like I'm gonna stick out like a sore thumb here, but I shower about every other day. I wash at the sink all my sweatiest parts on days when I don't shower. Apparently, you can actually ruin your skin by showering too frequently. Story 9. To be honest, every 2 to 3 days. To be fair, I had a stroke and getting in or out is so hard and kind of dangerous, so I don't feel every day is necessary anymore, especially since I don't leave the house or sweat much anymore either. Story 10. Once or twice a week, I work from home. I hardly ever go anywhere, and I stopped exercising due to health problems. I'd like to go back to having a reason to shower more often, but at least this way I'm saving money on the water bill. Story 11. 1 to 2 times a day, and that's been the routine for about 25 years now. I am 36. I have experienced dry skin as a result of it on very rare occasions, but it's such a strong habit that I've kept doing it anyway. The morning shower is the most important one. Story 12. Every day, my husband gives me a hard time. Not in a mean way. He will still let me in the bed as long as it was a day off and I didn't do anything to break a sweat. Sometimes I'm just too tired and frazzled to care, but I still try to shower every day. Story 13. If I am lucky, once a week. I am disabled and housebound and can barely make it through a whole day. For example, I had such a large panic attack about our Christmas plans on Christmas Eve that I spent Christmas and the day after sleeping it off. I could not even make food for myself. Story 14. I used to shower upwards of 2 times a day, sometimes for an hour. When my depression got really bad, it would be as little as once a week sometimes. These days, maybe every other day or every couple of days, it depends on my irritable bowel syndrome and obsessive-compulsive disorder. Showering is a huge hassle for me. Sometimes I shower daily. Story 15. I will shower as soon as I get out of bed without fail. It is a part of my waking up routine, and if I were to leave the house without showering, excluding when I am extremely hungover or ill, I would feel disgusting. Story 16. Every day in the summer, 1 to 2 times a week during the winter. The weather is so brutal here in the winter. If I wash more than once or twice a week, my skin gets scaly and really irritated and itchy. Currently, outside it is 3% relative humidity. My hair also breaks off and I lose clumps at a time. I hate it here. Story 17. Morning and night. If I am sweaty doing yard work during the day, I will shower after I am done. If I go out, I always shower when I get back in before I go to bed. Basically, only a clean body on the mattress. Story 18. Minimum every morning. I can't function without my morning existential crisis in the shower. Twice daily in summer as I am a big boy, so it gives my sheets a fighting chance. If I have a super early start, I'll shower the night before to help me sleep, and still have one when I wake up, sometimes as little as 5 to 6 hours apart. Also depends on what you do for work. I used to shower post-shift when I was filthy after work, and again after waking up. Story 19. I take daily showers, often in the morning and at night. Apparently, I smell bad if I don't. My best friends had to tell me back in 7th grade. I am a big guy built for the cold, living in hot Florida. I sweat constantly. I don't get to keep a shirt for very long before the armpits are stained with some type of black nasty substance. Salt stains, I guess. Story 20. Daily, often twice a day. Always in the morning before leaving the house, and then sometimes at night if the house is cold and I want a nice way to warm up, or if I've been very busy that day, or if I sat too long and my wife wants some intimate time. Lots of reasons to shower twice a day. Story 21. 1 to 2 times per day. On a normal day, I shower before going to work in the morning. I absolutely need this to wake up and not feel greasy. Then I work out a few times per week in the evening, which usually warrants a shower after because I'm super sweaty. Story 22. I wash when I'm dirty. Usually it's daily after work. Sometimes I won't shower if I'm not working. Although if I'm going to be social when I'm not working, I may shower before the gathering. If I have a few days off, I may not shower. I'm usually quite lazy, so I don't really have to shower. Although I've noticed my skin getting quite dry this winter. I used to shower less because I only worked part-time. Now I work full-time, and the daily showers are starting to take their toll. I have to embrace my feminine side and moisturize. Story 23. I shower twice a day. I can't leave the house without a morning shower, and I can't go to bed without an end-of-day rinse. I wash my hair only at the moment, though. Is this weird? I am surprised by this thread. Story 24. Great responses going so far. I wanted to add you can shower as often as it helps your mood too. I recommend sulfate and paraben-free shampoo, conditioner, and body wash if more frequently works for you. And moisturize afterward while still wet to help your skin and stay smelling good. Story 25. From tropical region. So daily once is the habit. When in tropics during summer, it will be daily twice or thrice. Now not in tropics, but still daily once even when the outside temperature is minus 30 degrees Celsius. Story 26. I'll be honest, it's mostly centered around when I plan to leave the house. That means at least 5 times per week since I shower before heading to work. I'm not a huge fan of showering before bed, but that's mainly because my sleeping schedule is bad, and I often end up just flopping into bed. I live semi-alone, I have housemates, but we've divided up the house, so my area is separate. So on days when I don't have work, I kind of just go off of vibes unless I'm planning to leave the house for whatever reason. Other than that, I'll shower as needed. For example, if I exercise, I'll shower sometime afterward. Story 27. I'd say on average I shower once per day. There may be exceptions here and there where I skip a day if I had really low activity, for example, bed rotting, or I add in a second shower if I had a lot of activity, for example, swimming, hiking, an extra gym visit. But in general, I shower each evening after my workout. Story 28. Twice daily, religiously. As soon as I get out of bed and as soon as I come home from work. Sometimes 3 times a day if I work out. I don't have to eat regularly, but I have to shower regularly. Story 29. Maybe 3 to 4 times a week on average. Now, if it's summertime and I've been out or doing some manual labor that's caused me to sweat or get dirty, I'll shower more frequently. But if I'm not going anywhere or doing anything but sitting at home, then yes. I know some people may think it's gross, and I can't speak for women, but as a guy, I really don't believe you have to shower every day. If you don't smell and the main areas of concern are taken care of, underarms, backside, and manhood, I see no issue. Story 30. When I commuted to work every day, the pattern had me doing it on free days too. Working from home, then not working, then working sporadically. I don't have to shower if I'm not even leaving the house, really. But I have to hit the necessary spots because bacteria buildup isn't cool. I really do enjoy a good shower, yet it takes me about 15 to 20 minutes because I let a hair restorative shampoo work for 5 minutes, then a hair conditioner for 5 minutes with a few minutes of body cleaning in between, then rinse and stretch. Sometimes I just don't feel like going through the ritual. A handheld spray head is super nice to have. Sometimes I'll use it just to hit the necessary spots, anything that builds up bacteria, and can be in and out in like 5 minutes. But I love a good long hot shower. One day in the future, there will be humans who will be jealous of what we have now. Story 31. Every 2 to 3 days, depending on activity and sleep quality. I get quite sweaty at night depending on the weather. I wash my hair about once a week, just with water though. Apparently, I'm quite well endowed in the follicle DNA department. Much to my dismay, as I am wearing what feels like a wool cap year-round. It's so thick. Story 32. Once a day most of the year, but in the summer it might be up to 3 times and once in a rare while 4 times a day. That is if it is super hot and humid outside and I am out and about doing things. I will come back and need a cool down or rinse off. Story 33. At least nightly, I can't sleep without a shower right before bed. And generally, I lift in the mornings on weekdays, so a quick shower then too. Also, before and after sex. Story 34. Once before bed, with a maintenance hair wash after sleeping, so just a little bit of shampoo in the hair and a quick rinse to get rid of any cowlicks. Story 35. Twice a week, Wednesday and Sunday. More if I actually get dirty. Last year at my summer job, it used to be every day. So, it really depends on my current job. Story 36. I live off-grid, and the solar isn't heating the water as well as I'd hoped, which means I have to encourage myself for an almost warm shower in the middle of winter. I would like to shower more and use a washcloth for quick cleaning less. Story 37. Once per night. On the rare occasion that I barely leave the house that day or not at all, and I have not sweated at all or worked out, I will occasionally only change underwear and wash my face, but that's probably no more often than once every couple of months. I was a morning shower person until I met my wife and changed to nights to sync up with her and get intimate more often. Story 38. If I exercise or go outside and so on daily, I might need a full wash. Otherwise, it might be down to once a week or just a quick wash of the sweaty parts. I wash my face and hands regularly, multiple times per day. I only wash my hair once a week. Any more will ruin it. Since I work from home in a climate-controlled environment and do not have a physical job, as long as I change underwear too, a full wash is not needed daily or multiple times per day. Story 39. Usually every day during the week and once on the weekend. I only wash my hair once a week though. However, I am currently on maternity leave, and sometimes I lose count of how many days it has been. Laughing out loud. Story 40. Lots of big shower propaganda in this thread. Extenuating circumstances aside, a shower every other day is more than sufficient to fend off swamp ass. A clean washcloth lightly soaped at wake up and bedtime will handle things on the off days. Story 41. Every morning, my obsessive-compulsive disorder demands that I shower as soon as I wake up, or my whole day feels completely off. I wish I could skip it sometimes, especially when I have places to be early in the morning. Story 42. Once or twice a day, I sometimes take a shower in the morning if something important is happening that day, but I always take one before bed to relax myself and get clean. Story 43. 3 times a day. First, for my hair so I don't scare other humans. Second, after work as a clinical therapist. I'm always covered in other people's stuff. Third, right after the gym and before I crawl into bed. I take off my socks and put clean feet on my clean sheets. Plus, you can't put a sleep mask on a dirty face. Story 44. Every morning, and again if I work out, I sweat and exert myself. Living in America, we are pretty much blessed with unlimited water. Heck, we even urinate in clean water. Crazy. Story 45. Most evenings once I'm home for the day, I try to have one day a week where I don't shower, though on a day when I'm not seeing anyone. I have terrible eczema, and it's significantly worse when I shower every single day.